You the news 24 hours a day, 7 days per week with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News online on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited.
At Courts, we know mom is not just mom. She's not the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast type of mom. She's much more. We have great gifts to help you show your appreciation. Starting at $29 and unbeatable savings across the store. 25% off. Small appliances, 30% off. Rugs and accessories. Get her a new mattress and save 20% off the base. Plus, you can shop for her today and pay later. So, let's celebrate mom because she's much more. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to lead the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, in the Minister of Finance, Camilo Gonzalez, who was at the time answering a question pertaining to the export of goods in the Minister Gonzalez noted that in 2022, the last year for which live animal export data is available, $85.2 million We hear more from the Finance Minister.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to lead and has consistently led the Eastern Caribbean in the export of food and live animals. In 2013, we exported $77 million worth of food and live animals. In 2022, that's the last year for which we have data across the currency union, that number was $85.2 million. That was both in 2013 and 2022 and almost every year in between. St. Vincent and the Grenadines leads the OECS in the export of food and live animals.
That was the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Information Technology, Camilo Gonzalez. According to OECS data cited by the Finance Minister, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is usually followed in live animal exports by Grenada in second, with Dominica following in third. Prime Minister Dr. Rajiv Gonzalez is calling on persons in Chateaubriand to take advantage of concessions being made available to them. The Prime Minister, during his recent appearance on WeFM's Issue at Hand program, was addressing the plight of persons from that area who have been facing difficulty when trying to find transport to get home during the later hours of the evening. The Prime Minister noted that there are concessions up to 70% and even in some cases 80% available to persons who wish to utilize them. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
And I keep telling everyone, you can get, and persons do get, duty-free concessions on vehicles. If you're having a vehicle for carrying school children, for instance, and you can get a contract so that it gives you a base income. And we encourage you not only to get a 18-seater, we prefer if you get a 22, 26, 28-seater. And if you buy that new, we will give you more than the 70%. More than the 75% we'll normally give for carrying school children. In fact, in one case, we gave someone, not from that area, from a different area, either 80 or 85% duty-free concessions because they bought a new one.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Rajiv Gonzalez, speaking on WeFM's Issue at Hand program. Persons belonging to the North Leeward community of Chateaubriand have been complaining of being government last year made the decision to give 100% duty-free concessions to persons willing to operate minibuses after hours or late night transportation services. Still on the local scene, the Sandals Resort here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is looking to purchase $100,000 in eggs per month. This is according to Minister of Agriculture Subota Caesar, who said that the resort currently purchases $15,000 in eggs every 2, who was at the time speaking during the Thursday, May 9th sitting of the House of Assembly, said that if local farmers can produce high-level certification, they may be able to negotiate better prices for their goods. We'll hear more from the Agriculture Minister.
Sandals, they're purchasing 15,000 eggs every 2 weeks. And whilst they have started a national certification, of course, if we can provide that extra level certification with the auditors played a very important role, then we can even negotiate a better price for the egg farmers. It's not complicated, but if you don't understand it, you just don't understand it. And the farmers who they purchase the eggs from, farmers from Calder, Mesopotamia, Kingston, Rothermill, Diamond Dairy, and North Union in the constituency of South Central Windward. I was advised that they're doing $15,000 worth of eggs every 2 weeks, but the target is to take it up close to $100,000 per month.
That was the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, Rural Transformation, Industry and Labor, Sabota Caesar. Minister Caesar, in addressing the nation's egg farmers in particular, highlighted the significance of the Argyle International Airport to making this a possibility. The AIA was opened on February 14th, 2017. On the news in the region. In a boon for St. Lucians employed in the Canadian agricultural sector, St. Lucia's Labour Minister Dr. Virginia Albert Poyet has announced a significant adjustment to the country's foreign worker program. The move allows workers from St. Lucia to remain in Canada while awaiting new employment opportunities, marking a departure from the previous practice of mandating their return home during such transitional periods. Under the previous framework, migrant workers, including those from St. Lucia, were required to depart Canada upon the completion of their employment terms, awaiting new contracts from their home country. However, Minister Albert Poyet revealed that this policy has now undergone a positive shift. The alteration is expected to ease the transition process for workers, offering them greater flexibility and stability in their employment arrangements while continuing their contributions to the Canadian agricultural industry. Young people in agriculture in Jamaica are set to benefit from experts across the Caribbean region through a soon-to-be-implemented Youth Regional Exchange Program. Jamaica's Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green, recently said the initiative will be launched shortly and will enable members of the Jamaica 4-H clubs to travel free of cost to other Caribbean islands to acquire knowledge on how they do agriculture and to learn best practices. He added that the program will provide the opportunity for young people from across the Caribbean to visit Jamaica to spend time on farms and learn from Jamaican farmers. Minister Green said a platform will be set up where youth will be linked with someone in agriculture in Jamaica or across the region to pass on expert knowledge in farming. On the international scene, the star prosecution witness in Donald Trump's hush money trial, Michael Cohen, is set to take the stand to testify against the former president. Trump's former lawyer and personal fixer is due in court today. The Manhattan District Attorney hopes that the testimony of the key witness would help influence the verdict in the first ever criminal case against a U.S. president sitting or former. Cohen's expected appearance in the New York courtroom signals that the closely watched trial is entering its final stretch. Prosecutors say they may wrap up their presentation of evidence by the end of the week. Cohen is set to testify about his role in arranging hush money payments on Trump's behalf, including the adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Daniels told jurors last week that a payment of $130,000 that she received in 2016 was meant to prevent her from going public about an encounter she says she had with President Trump at a celebrity golf tournament a decade earlier. The former president is accused of falsifying business records to reimburse Cohen for the payment on the eve of the 2016 presidential election when the story could have proved politically fatal. Prosecutors said the reimbursements were logged as legal expenses to conceal their true purpose. The Republican presidential candidate has denied the allegations. Finally, in sports, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has backed England to win Euro 2024 if they follow his club's road to continental glory. Guardiola finally guided City to their first Champions League crown last season after several near misses earlier in his reign. The Spaniard feels Gareth Southgate, England's manager, can do the same with England following their painful failures on the brink of silverware. England were beaten in the European Championship final by Italy on penalties at Wembley in 2021, lost the World Cup semi-final against Croatia in 2018, and were beaten by France in the 2022 World Cup quarterfinals. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Hello, Carnival. Nice to see you again. Hey people, this is Ezra the Fun Machine, and I'm calling all revelers, carnivalists, and bacchanalists. Let me tell you, take a loan of $3,000 or more for your costume and pay only $340 per month with Courts Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win your loan back. That's right! Pay $0 down and nothing for the first 30 days. All you need is your ID, proof of address, job letter, pay slip, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Courts Already Cash location today or contact your Carnival band for more details. Experience Carnival 2024 with Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.